this council wisdom, Lord, that we do the right thing, that we have productive meetings tonight, that you protect everyone who's here right now, Lord, anyone who maybe hasn't gotten here, that you protect them, and everyone on their way home. From this meeting, Lord, that we all be safe, and that you protect us. Amen.
Okay, we're gonna call the meeting to order, and we've got our flags in place. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Here, is it working? Has it been working?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yep. Councilmember Kathy Perry.
Here.
Councilmember Lonnie Harrell.
Here.
Councilmember Monica Merritt. Here. Councilmember Bill Smoot.
Here.
Clerk Kelly, I'm here.
Okay, so the first item is additions, deletions, changes, and approval of the agenda. We have quite a long list. Kelly and I met Friday to go over this list, and some of these can be added together. So I'm just gonna kind of go down here quickly and y'all interject.
Which is first, is planning and zoning first, or?
Yes,
Okay, so we're doing
So that-
additions to the planning and zoning.
yes,
Okay,
my bad.
so additions to the planning and zoning, I'm gonna request that some items from the council meeting agenda be moved over to the planning and zoning, agenda, which is number 4 on the council thing where it says discussion item to discuss planning and zoning needs. I request that be moved to number 2 on the planning and zoning. Number 11, it says town planner resignation action plan requested by council member Harold. I requested that be moved to planning and zoning.
What number was that?
Number 11.
What was the first one?
Number 4. And then number 13, comprehensive plan and land development regulations update. I request that be moved to planning and zoning. Number 13. Number 17, invite and have a planner, which is Mike here. I request that be moved to to planning and zoning. And that's all for planning and zoning now. So from the council, agenda, I requested items number 4, 11, 13, and 17 be moved to the planning agenda.
Okay, on that same note, I request that number 9 be moved over. Number 16. And number 26. So I'm gonna say them in order, and I think Mike has already been made aware of it. The 3 that are already on the agenda, and then we have on the planning and zoning agenda, then we have 9, 11, 4, 9, 11, 13, 16, 17, and 26.
Okay, if you move 26, 26 is a duplicate of 18.
And you're right.
So are we striking 18?
Yeah, I didn't even say 18 because it's a, yes, but you're right.
I'll defer to Mike, but I know in the past when we had done planning and zoning, it was only actions on there that was for items, like specifically as it relates, like an item like what's on planning and zoning right now. As the planning and zoning board, I don't think we would take action, for example, on anything else. I think we would do that just as the town council. So I think we should leave all this on the regular town council agenda. That's, I think, how I remember doing them in the past, but I don't know if you You don't have an issue with it?
For the record, Mike Rankin, serving as the town planner for the city of Fort White. Mayor, with all due respect, the first thing I would do is, if I were in your shoes, I would adjourn the commission meeting and go right into planning and zoning, LPA, have that discussion, have your business adjourn from LPA, planning and zoning back in the city commission. That way you're on the record as having both the land planning, planning and zoning and city commission. That would be my recommendation.
But as far as the agenda items, are you okay with, I mean, to me, it's planning and zoning. The items that we moved over, besides there's some that I'm iffy about, the ones with the caboose and the code, and I don't think they should be on planning and zoning because it's not a planning and zoning issue. So, but all the other items that relate to planning and zoning, I think we should address it under planning and zoning. I don't know what past practice has been, but I don't know.
I'm, with all due respect to all of you, I'm just leave here to discuss.
Okay, because we're gonna defer to him for
Yeah.
anything, so I think, I mean,
Madam Chair.
Yes.
So I tend to agree with the mayor on that. I think, in my opinion, the planning and zoning meeting is just to address matters that the planning and zoning needs to act on. I think the other issues are for council to discuss, possibly take action, table, you know. I do agree with the mayor on that. But again, I would ask Mr. Rankin what your thoughts are. Do you think that only action that need to be acted on by the planning and zoning council need to be on that agenda?
It's my understanding there was one item on the planning and zoning agenda for tonight. It's my recommendation that you keep that one item and have a discussion of the other items on your regular city commission. But I would strongly advise you to adjourn from your city commission into LPA, discuss that item, then adjourn, go back into
Yes,
city commission and discuss it at city commission.
All right, so what do you want?
Madam Chair.
So we'll go with the one item, then we'll adjourn for a couple of minutes and come back. But we still have those clumped together for Mr. Rankin.
Yeah.
Agreed? And the caboose was already struck. We have had several months of waiting for 3 bids on the caboose. And we spoke about it again Friday, and she, no fault of her own, is having difficulties getting caboose bids.
But I'll make a motion that we adjourn to, I think it was called to order as a regular town council meeting, and then right after, if you want to just reconvene as the planning and zoning board.
I'll second that.
Okay, call to order as a planning and zoning meeting.
We got a vote to adjourn.
Adjourn, vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. So now we'll proceed forward with the planning and zoning. We're discussing a piece of property. Mike, Mr. Rankin, I'll let you take over.
We can public comment. Please. Right or no? You want to allow like public comments first, or?
Does anyone have a general public comment concerning this? Okay, thank you. And just tell us who you are.
My name is Ryan Peters. I'm an attorney out of Live Oak, Florida. I represent the Dix, Brad and Susanna on this issue. So I'm just waiting for y'all to do your presentation and I'll respond accordingly.
Mr. Rankin,
Yes, ma'am.
you're the expert in this area.
Well, I'm the planner, and for the record, I am not an attorney, and also for the record, I would strongly encourage this board to have an attorney involved in not only this matter, but other matters that are in front of you. I would strongly encourage that. This is tax parcel number 33-6S 16 14 446 001 6459 County Road 18, Fort White, Florida. Dick Realty LLC is the appellate at 816 Southwest Main Boulevard, Lake City, Florida. And I'm gonna grossly summarize this because I believe it, would be an opportunity for Mr. Dix to speak. But, the conclusion was made, in December that this case be taken to the LPA and City Commission, regarding the, actions that were taken 1 June 2010, as far as certificate of compliance. At the time, obviously, I was not on board. Also, my understanding, we don't have any records to show any such action or limited records. And the appeal to the LPA would be as per 10.06.04, and the 10.6.02 that's also in there really obtains the building permits, which is not part of my process as the planner. That would be under the county building department with the coordination of the city clerk's office. That concludes my report. I'll be happy to answer any questions after Mr. Dix, our representative, speaks on their behalf.
Matt, just one question, Mike. So this is an appeal to a decision made by, you said you and the LPA?
No, the appellate requests immediately relief by overturning the decision of land development coordinator and reinstating the ruling evidence by the June 1st, 2010 certificate of compliance to determining the tax parcel I mentioned to be zoned in its entirety general commercial. Obviously, I was not on board at the time. It's my opinion that this should have to come back to the LPA and City Commission. I don't really have a problem with this, but I do not believe I have the authority to make that recommendation.
So when was that decision made? You said you weren't on board. Was it prior to you coming on board with the town?
No, I'm referring to, they're asking to reinstate the June 1, 2010. And in December,
Okay.
I recommended it coming to this board and this board acting as the LPA/planning.
I think this is the first meeting in reference to that recommendation you made.
That is correct.
Okay, yeah, just want to clarify.
And in our little packet, Exhibit D shows the 6/1/10 letter granting the approval for the request. And that was under Janice Revels, who was prior to Connie. You go back several, there was a couple other clerks in there. But I don't know why this isn't honored.
So if it was already granted,
I think, and correct me wrong, Mr. Dix, correct me if I'm wrong, was just showing it again because it was such a long period, giving us the,
So in 2010, the certificate of compliance was granted to the prior property owners. Mr. Dix bought this property in 2018 with that compliance granted. The importance of this, and I do want to emphasize that to the board respectfully, is that this property has ran with that commercial general since 2010, and nothing has changed. Mr. Dix just simply came before and said, I want to build another structure. It's all, and I did extensive research through the Columbia County property appraisers. That entire 0.975 acres is zoned commercial general. Mr. Dix doesn't have to come back before the board and ask for it for any type of zoning, because if y'all were to take that zoning away from him, in essence, you're violating his constitutional due process rights, and nobody wants to go down that hole and us have to go to court, ask for attorney's fees and stuff like that. All he's before here is saying, I think there might have been a mistake. My property is already zoned commercial general. I'm asking y'all to uphold that commercial general zoning that you previously gave me 16 years ago. and let me move forward with the additional development that I'm wanting to do.
Madam Chairman.
Yes,
So the problem is that, so there is a certificate of compliance here, from 2010. Which, and actually I have a question for you, for the attorney. This certificate of compliance for 2010, does it state in here that the whole 0.97
Yes,
is CG?
if you look right there where it says property description, it says 0.97 CG, and then it
CG,
specifically
yeah.
goes in and gives that exact parcel number, the 1446-001. And if you look on the property appraiser's website,
I see.
that is this parcel number.
I see it, yeah. So our comprehensive plan and our future land use maps were updated and it split the zoning. So that's the issue that we have, and that's what I believe Mike Rankin was working on, which is to find the reason why it was rezoned. But according to the Fort White, and Mike, you correct me if I'm wrong, our future land use map, our LDR is how it shows, the comprehensive plan. Part of it is commercial general, part of it is RSF2.
Correct.
Correct, so that's how it is, as a matter of fact, right now. That's the last thing that this council voted to implement. So like, reading his request, okay, so two things. So there's a formal process for doing that, where you, like what everybody else does, is you just submit for a rezoning. You say, hey, I wanna get this rezoned, can you please rezone it? It would come before us. I don't imagine it would be a particularly contentious issue. We would vote on it. But yeah, I mean, so that's,
But is it not a mistake on our behalf that it was even rezoned as that, being that it was already granted in 2010? So that makes it a us problem, not a him problem, which I don't think we should take him through all the hoops of correcting it when it was something that happened after the 2010.
I agree with you.
it's a
Councilman.
legal document.
it could have been, but it also could have not been in error. And what we would do, like if we just grant it, what we would do is we would just look at our comprehensive plan and our future land use map, and we would just assume that it's incorrect. And that, I mean, we can do that, but then what about when somebody, what if like someone else says, oh, I had that too, so I used to be zoned downtown way out here, but now, what would we do?
I think we have to honor what we already honored. So if it was honored in 2010, and the map, for whatever reason, if we can't show why the map was updated to residential instead of commercial, then I think we have to honor what it was before. I mean, do we know why it was rezoned back to what it was prior to 2010?
I could not find any reasoning for that. You know, it's, I don't wanna go into it too much, but perfect example, and this isn't a commercial, but we've gotta get the LDRs and the comp plan updated and in sync to allow individuals like the Dick's family to be able to move forward with their development. In my opinion, this was the path of least resistance, painfully so, but take it to the LPA and the city commission for clarity, because at the staff level, in my opinion, I do not feel comfortable with overturning or suggesting something that was done back in 2010 with the city commission's recommendation at that time.
Correct.
So you know how to issue, if we,
Lonnie, Mr. Harold, please.
Mike, so, based on what I'm hearing is, you had to make a decision. And, the way I see it, you could have honored this letter and said that the map never got updated, or you could say you need to request a rezoning. So what led you to go with him requesting a rezoning versus us saying we made a mistake and we need to correct that mistake?
Protecting the integrity of the city and the commission.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that honesty, and, with that being said, I think there was a mistake made here on the city's part that we need to own and decide to correct here today, and
Are you making a motion?
I move that we honor this, zoning, determination that was made in 2010 on this, parcel in question.
And I second that. All those in favor say aye. Opposed?
I have a request.
Okay.
Can we go ahead and immediately amend that map, amendment so it brings in compliance with this council's ruling tonight? If not, we could possibly be here next month or the following month, at the end of the day.
And I'm looking at you, Mr. Rankin, for that.
And what I could do is offer up to this board and the Dixon, the city clerk, that work around the attorney's mentioning, so it can go back to the next city commission meeting. And then we're documenting.
That sounds
Sounds fair.
satisfactory.
Sounds fair for me.
Okay.
Give 1 second.
And I just wanna point out, I mean, we have to get these codes up to date, and we can't ignore people that already have something. It's
That's
like,
another agenda item.
you're right.
I truly appreciate it, council. We have nothing before this board any further unless you have anything for us.
We're good, thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Mr. Dix, I want to apologize on behalf of the town for the trouble you've gone through and having to go to the expense of hiring an attorney. And, I believe that's our fault, so, from me, I apologize.
I do appreciate every council member here, and none of y'all had anything to do with this. So I
Yes.
appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great night.
Okay, so do you wanna adjourn with that? And just stretch our legs?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So we are adjourned.
Go back.
It's 6:22, we're gonna, come back at 6:30. So y'all have 8 minutes to stretch your legs.
Oh.
Do we want to pause the thing or no?